champions, and as the title said, we're out here chasing prawns today. I'm here with my old man. So this is his Clark abalone boat with a dirty old Johnson on it. He's just retrofitted the boat, not so much the engine. So we're out here at RiverHeads, early morning, try and stir up a few prawns for a bit of a feed. Now it is early in the season, so they're a little bit spotty, so they might take a little bit of finding. This is one of the techniques we use to find prawns. Now for this technique, you want to trim your outboard so the back of your boat's sitting low in the water and pushing up a larger wake than normal. And then you watch as that wake washes up against the bank, you'll get the prawns to spray. Prawns, like most other things in these estuaries, congregate in these little inlets as the water runs in and out of the mangroves. That's the most likely place you're going to find them. And once you locate an area where they are, just a matter of throwing your cast net over them and trying to pick up the schools. A little bit like this. So I'm using a drawstring net. I find these are the best for catching prawns. Sure, you can't open the top pocket and get them out, but they catch absolutely everything that's down there, including this very large stick wedged in the mud I've found here. So yeah, if you can throw your net something like this, but ideally not over all this timber, that'll be better for you guys. So luckily this stick did come unwedged from the mud and it tore minimal holes in the net because we were pretty careful. Let me know if you guys would be interested in a video on how to repair these cast nets, or maybe even I might do a workshop or something like that on them. Let me know in the comments. So by this stage of the morning, we were catching prawns. They were pretty few and far between. Decent size, but certainly not getting a lot for the amount of casts I was putting in. The other big thing you got to watch out while you're chasing prawns is bycatch. These are bony brim with a couple of herring thrown in, and throughout the morning we prawned for about 4 hours. We would have caught no less than 1,000 bony brim in the net, and they really get wedged in there. So a painful thing that can happen. They're spiny and you got to get them out, because they will pin the net together. They are that spiny and it will not open properly when you throw it. So I'm not going to make you sit through probably the 45 minutes to an hour we spend pulling them out of the net on and off throughout the morning, but just keep it in mind. Another prawning tip, a little bit of 101 prawning here for you. It's a little bit hard to see at the bottom of the screen there. We've got that blue tarp down, and that's what we shake the net out onto. Terrible throw. But doing this allows you to, every couple of throws, shake all the mud, any bait fish, shake all of that back out into the water and put the net back down without having to waste time picking everything up. Just pick your prawns out, chuck them in the bucket, throw everything else back in the water. Anything you don't want, straight back in. Heaps quicker, guys. Save yourself some time and bring yourselves a little tarp along. So we just kept working this one little bang backwards and forwards. There seemed to be prawns here, so you know, why move? And you know, we were catching a few and everything was going pretty much as you'd expect, until this one cast from under this dead tree. What is this? So the common name for these things is striped catfish, barbs and all. We tried to contain them on our tarp, but that was fairly unsuccessful with the amount of them. We didn't want to dump them straight over the side because there were some monster prawns in with them and we wanted those prawns, so this is what ensued. Another point here for having the tarp, we managed to keep most of them in the tarp, but it wasn't big enough to contain all of them. So that left us with, you know, 70 or so on the floor of the boat. There was a lot of these guys. There was a lot of catfish, so yeah, now we just got to clean up the rest. So that's finally all of these guys out of the boat. Nobody managed to get spined, luckily. We did throw the net a little bit more and have a bit of a fish on the way back in, but that was pretty much all of the highlights for the trip, guys. Thanks for joining me on this adventure. Shout out to the old man for taking me out while I was down in Maryborough, and thanks to you guys for watching. Alright guys, I'll catch you next time. Have a good one. I'll see you out there somewhere. Catch yous.